I'm sure it feels good for you, James, the fact that you are now, I think, in first place in the Pinnacle points.
Yes.
So, but I think I'm right on your tail. So don't get too comfortable over there. I know you're going to be coming back down here so we can talk trash face to face and you don't have to say it through a screen.
Exactly, indeed. They will be joining us down here, but congratulations to MIBR, first of all, after that. That was an absolutely incredible performance. I don't think we thought they were capable of doing that on the last map.
I would give them a round of applause, but I'm pretty sure they're giving themselves that right now. They are so energetic in that camp. KNG, when he looked at, who was it, Leo in a clutch, and then he's just laughing at him in his face. I can't, but that's so great. You just have to love that part. It's so wholesome to see them play and be excited for it.
That's what I love so much about MIBR as well. Like, we meme about it. Koga always saying, like, he brings the hype. You know, we've got this friendship going on, but, like, it really is true. And that's what's pushing them through some of these moments. It is nuts to witness.
I mean, there's no doubt these players live to play Counter-Strike. You just see it on their faces, the way they just react to every single round. I think in this game, we saw the same sort of play we saw versus Big in that group final and Tejada does too. I think it just suits the team so well because they can just play contact heavy. They can use KNG. KNG didn't even have to entry many rounds on this game. They were just opening up so many rounds. I think Leo was born to entry B site, does too. He loves running into that site and just taking the heads off Issa every single round. So incredible from an MIBR on that third map.
Yeah, it was incredible to witness. And VSM as well, I wanted to pick up on him because we hadn't really spoken about him too much coming into this, but just seeing him in the room that he's allowed as well as a player is phenomenal. It's great to watch.
Yeah, it definitely makes you a little bit, it just hurts that he can't play in a major because I feel like this MIBR roster may have to move away from him if they have major aspirations. It would be sick to see him in some kind of six-man role just for other tournaments, but I feel like long-term, he's going to have to find some home that is okay with him not playing the majors, but he's such a valuable player for this team. The energy he brings, and I feel like he's slotted into his role so well now. At the beginning, you can see he was really testing his skill against this Tier 1 European competition, but now he's kind of learned his boundaries a lot better. I feel like he's gotten to a point where he's not making the same mistakes that I saw him make against G2 and Astralis at Blast. He's actually carrying those positions at times.
Yeah. And I think we need to switch over to the OG side of life as well because we have seen this be a map that, you know, is pretty comfortable for them at times. So where do you think the main issues were for OG?
So I think with OG, the two least experienced players on this team are Mantu and Issa. And I think on the CT side of this map, total shit show from both of them, to be honest. I think Mantu was having a really tough time just in general, mechanically, actually just hitting the shots. He wasn't always in great positions, but he didn't capitalize on the opportunities he got. And we saw with Issa on B site, Leo was just destroying him. Anytime Leo walks in, takes the head off Issa, have the B site for free. So for both of them, I think we saw a lot of mistakes. For the team in general, we just saw a lot of mistakes there from OG. Wasn't the best we've seen from them on Dust2, but I'd probably give it more so props to MIBR for finishing off that game.
Well, speak of the devil, I think we've got a very special treat because I believe Leo Drunky's actually going to be joining us for an interview. Congratulations, man. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
Thank you so much. I'm feeling amazing. And which beer are you drinking?
This is Peroni.
Peroni,
This is
yeah.
Peroni, yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. So, guys, just one a little correction. It's not Leo Drunky anymore.
Yes,
I'm
you've
Leo
changed.
DRK now.
Leo DRK.
Yes.
Sorry, my apologies.
No
Thank
problem,
you
no
for the
problem.
correction, though, Leo.
Leo DRK. Is that for TRK? Is that like some brotherly
yes,
abbreviation?
yes, of course.
For sure.
Can you walk us through that approach to Dust2? Because that looked absolutely impeccable from you, and particularly yourself with that entry ability as well. Can you walk us through your approach to that map?
Well, actually, on Dust2, we are a team that we make a lot of default-based plays. And we can together do plays like in one side of the map and at the same time at the other side of the map because we are like connected in the communication and we are playing together even if we are not together, you know. And then everything is easier because we can read the game well, we can see their setups, and that's it.
I want to ask about playing under KNG as well. We kind of heard it from Kogu's perspective, but as a player, actually playing underneath him as an in-game leader, how much freedom do you have? How much input can you give him during the game?
A lot. KNG trusts everybody on the team, and he listens to everybody's opinion and ideas. And every time we have like an idea during the game, it doesn't matter the round, we can do it. For example, versus Astralis on Nuke, the first Nuke that we won against them on 15-13. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I made the call on 15-13 to do that play, and he trusted me like 100%, and I was really confident to do the play, and it worked out well.
Leo, on that play, I remember you flanked Heaven. Was there some kind of distraction being made that you called, or did you
Yes.
just? Okay, what?
Actually, not a distraction, but it was like a default, for them,
Yeah.
because we were like nading mini, and we were like shooting A, and that's it.
Yeah. Okay. So that was supposed to mask the sound, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Got any questions, Alan, for Leo?
So over on Inferno, we saw maybe MIBR fell a bit flat. You didn't look like your normal selves. What changed going into Dust 2? What made you have such an incredible T side on that map?
Actually, we didn't change anything. It just the Inferno didn't work out for us. Our plan sometimes, like on some gun rounds, we were planning something and it didn't work out, and that happens. But we were really confident on this too, because we really enjoyed to play this map together, and we have a lot of synergy on this map, and that's it.
Leo, I had a question about how you guys are developing your mid rounds, because I think when you guys were at Blast, one of the most impressive things was how even if you lost the opening pick, it felt like on Nuke especially, you had an idea of what you wanted to do, whether it's grouping ramp or sometimes a door hit. Is that something you guys have made a focus in the boot camps early on? Because it feels like you guys are leaps and bounds ahead of where a team that's a month young should be in terms of making those secondary calls.
Actually, I think that like. On some maps, not only on Nuke, we don't have like really prepared things. We have like the theory behind everything. So because of this, we can like adapt during the mid rounds, during the situations that we are in. But because our theory together as a team, we think as one. So that really helps us during those rounds, and then we communicate. We see what we can do with the nades that we have. And then we just make the plays.
Leo, I want to ask about, when we see these moments of you guys having great success, we can see you guys getting so hyped on the cams. But when things aren't going your way, how do you kind of keep your heads in the game? Is that sort of momentum something that you always find as a team?
Well, I can give you an example. Versus FaZe, it was 14 to 4, and we weren't giving up. We are like every time confident. It doesn't matter the score, and that really helps us because we don't give up. Even if it's like 15-0, we don't give up.
Yeah, that's what we love about you guys as a team. It's absolutely fantastic to see. And obviously going forward, it's going to be Fnatic coming up next for you guys. So what are your opinions on the Fnatic that we've seen as of late here at Flashpoint?
Fnatic, I think he's a really strong team, of course, and they have like a lot of experienced players. And actually, I think they have like a little bit similar play style compared to us. And I think it will be an interesting match.
Well, Leo, I thoroughly look forward to it. You know what? Go off and celebrate. Have a beer of your own. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, and congratulations again.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh, it's fantastic to actually get to hear from Leo as well. I had no idea he had such good English. It's actually incredible.
Same.
Yeah,
They've just been sending Kogu at us every single time. But Leo's he's very well spoken, and he had pretty good ideas as well. So that's cool.
Very well articulated as well. And that's something we kind of had a few questions, I think, about MIBR as a whole and kind of how the team dynamic is working. And it's actually really great to get to hear from him. And he's saying, actually KNG really is open to all these kind of ideas, like we saw on that Nuke game from Leo when he flanked outside Heaven as well. So yeah, spectacular stuff from him.
I know from reading interviews of this team going into this new lineup, they were saying that Leo is actually a player that brings a lot of ideas to the team. He's someone who I'm guessing calls his bomb site on CT side when he's playing with VSM. And hearing to him there, he's so articulate. It's totally believable. He has a great understanding of the game. So really integral piece to this team, probably helping KNG a bit with the mid-rounding. So overall, for a team that's in some senses has their kind of stand-ins, they're kind of on loan. For a team in that sort of scenario, this is crazy to have this sort of depth. And what a run they're having so far.
It is pretty incredible. I think that's something we've been saying all along. Is like, where is the future going for this team? Because I think they were saying it's until the end of the year they've got these guys in it. And you were sort of saying with VSM as well, it's a little bit of a question mark, obviously, with the majors and all that sort of stuff going forward. But it would be a shame to see them not go forward as a team.
They just beat the 6th ranked team in the world. Like, this is crazy, but with a run that this team is having. It's actually, like, I'm kind of speechless that they're going to probably have to change it up because it sucks. I mean, I'm excited to see how far MIBR go in this one. I just hope it's not some kind of swan song performance. I hope this isn't the last we see of them here. I would love to see MIBR in 6 months from now, because I feel like they are just getting better and better, and it feels like they add one step up to their game on T side, they get punished for it the next match, but then they build up something on their CT side.
Yeah.
It feels like there's always something new that this team is bringing, and it feels like their chemistry in late round situations on top of that is also getting better. Their clutching ability in 3v3s, their communication is so good, and VSM won a 1v3 today with like 12 HP. I mean, the skill on this team is so high, and the fact that they have the theory and prep behind it is so... It's great.
Yeah.
Maui, I hear you, but why didn't you bet on them then?
I gotta go with the favorites, you know? I mean, it was a small bet. I went really small on that bet, so, but yeah.
Yeah, well, we can take a look at our bracket that's going to be coming up, of course, with those wins delivered from today. Fnatic advancing onto that upper bracket matchup where they will be facing MIBR. This series really went the full distance today. I think it was a little bit surprising to see Dignitas really testing Fnatic earlier on. But of course, this isn't the last that we will be seeing of OG. They will be falling down into that lower bracket, and they'll be taking on Dignitas Vi in their next matchup. And maybe an interesting one coming into it for OG, and I wouldn't have expected them to be in that situation right now.
I don't think anybody did. I think everybody thought the favorites were going to win throughout all these matches. I think the biggest coin flip for most people was VP Mad Lions, and that did come down to the wire.
Yes.
But MIBR taking out OG was something we kind of, I think we all, it was stirring like this was possible. There were a couple people that bet for them, but at the end of the day, like the money, I mean the pinnacle odds and everything pointed towards this being an OG victory. But MIBR surprises.
Yeah, and delivering them, thanks to our wonderful Statsman Yumi for giving us this information, their worst loss. 16-3, their joint worst loss ever,
It
which is
tied
crazy.
their worst loss ever, and I think this is the biggest win for MIBR ever on a map, too.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's pretty incredible. I believe we can bring up our Pinnacle points leaderboard as we were just speaking about. Put my glasses on to see exactly where I'm standing, and I am right at the bottom. Thorin is the only person that is below me. Bardolph, you were right, Maui. He's in the #1 position. He's taking it from you.
Wow. He's way ahead now, too. Oh, my God. Bardolph.
That's
King.
nuts.
The king of the leopard print.
My question is, does the person who's in fully last place get a worse forfeit than everyone else? Because I feel like they should.
Yeah, no, that's a fair shout.
Especially seeing that Thorin's in last place right now.
Yes,
You know?
we will keep it that way, 100%. Hawker, you're teetering on the edge though. 5th, it's getting close.
Dude, it's so close. And like, look at from me down to Semler. That is ridiculously close.
Yes.
I'm scared. You're kind of screwed though, Fred.
Oh yeah, I'm so
You're
fucked.
absolutely
I'm
done
so fucked.
When Freya was saying that, yeah, the last place person should get punished more, Freya was like, please don't be me. It might be me soon. But no, yeah.
Alan, you fallen down a bit as well, being a bit
Just a nightmare,
sad
isn't
over
it?
there.
I was
Yeah.
second yesterday, and now wherever I am, like 4th last or something. I went pretty heavy on OG, and they've let me down for it. Never
I
again.
feel very
I
let
can't ever
down.
bet against KNG again after that game. So all in MIBR, they're going to take it.
You
from
did
me.
say you feel like KNG is the best player here at this tournament.
Yes.
Has this victory cemented that for you?
Certainly, but I don't want to make this all about KNG, because certainly if you look at that third map, that was just
Yeah.
like total team effort. Even on Nuke, when they're having some good rounds, it wasn't just KNG. Obviously, he was fragging out completely, but this team as a unit is just, it's almost unbelievable to me how a team with this, that's only been around this long, and the scenario they're in could actually be this good. It's just actually mind-blowing to me. And I can't think of really many examples in the past where I've seen a team with so many players that really are inexperienced, and KNG's calling around himself for his first time ever, I think, really calling at this sort of level. There's so many factors which make you doubt this team, and every time I see them, they look better. Every time I see them, they're so exciting. And the thing that excites me the most about this team is that they're playing to win every single game. We saw from Leo, we're saying even if they're down in a game, they still play to win. They get aggressive. They don't slow down and play the slow defaults. This is what kind of annoys me about kind of a team like Dignitas. They just lose the game because they just slow down. They sit back. They play the slow defaults. They do absolutely nothing and get ripped apart by teams that can play late round better. MIBR, even if they're losing games, they never lose in that fashion. They keep going. They keep getting. They get more aggressive when they're losing. And this is what we need in Counter-Strike. It's just crazy.
I like that you talked about how a team with stand-ins you just don't expect this level of depth, because I think the normal case is like Gen G, because they had 2 stand-ins, they had a really good train, but like it kind of ended there. That's usually what you see out of teams like this, where they just put something together and it's like, okay, all right, yeah, you guys got 1, maybe 2 maps down, but this team right now, it feels like they can play 5 maps, like legitimately well. That is so
That
impressive.
map was crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
They played all 7 maps. How can a team of this age
After a
play
month,
7
yeah.
maps?
OG can't even do that.
But that's the thing. Like, I'm wondering what we're going to be seeing of OG going forward as well. Because obviously we saw them having a very slow start, to say the least, against Gen G. Then they managed to bounce back. Alexi was talking about that fact that that Cloud9 win really cemented some confidence for them. But after this, like, we know that they're a team that relies so much on that confidence. She was saying, like, you know, they are down and out of this after the first half. Like, their actual mentality towards the game, we know that they struggle with that.
I don't think I've ever seen OG down 7-0 and come back, or even make it competitive at that point. And I've watched a lot of OG. I mean, we watched them at DreamHack. I saw them their whole run at CS Summit. It feels like when they're down in a big deficit, the mental on that team just cannot come back. And I think that's probably because they don't have a coach behind them right now. And I think earlier someone else was bringing up the fact that basically the fact that Alexi B has to be like kind of the babysitter and the IGL and a player, it's like just so much responsibility on his shoulders. And he's done pretty well as an individual player at times, but that's just so much that he has to accomplish for that team to get everybody in the right mindset and call the right strat and make sure he shoots people too.
I think an aspect people forget about Alexi B is actually how young he is.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm older than Alexi B. And
I
to
think he's like
that
22,
running
right?
this whole team, he's got players from different cultures, maybe talking second languages, he's got big personalities that he has to control. That's just so much on his plate he really could do with a coach behind them. I think coming into this series today, the question for OG was, can they win this tournament? We've seen Big, we've seen Fnatic, they've been faltering a bit in their quarterfinals. So it was like, OG, if they could come out, they could smash MIBR, they could be in contention to win this tournament. And obviously after that game, doesn't seem likely, does it? It seems more so that a team like MIBR could have a deep run after that one.
Yeah, no, that is a good point. And I think a point that we were bringing up as well in the green room was, you know, you can't pin it on one player, and we won't pin it on one player. But Mantu as well, looking a little bit lackluster after, you know, he's looked pretty decent throughout the entirety of Flashpoint so far. I know you had a stat that you were talking about with that.
Well, Mantu, before this series, I think, was the highest rated player at Flashpoint. I think actually maybe Brawlin and Crims passed them from their series earlier today. But, I mean, Haka, what do you think of Mantu in the server today?
I think on Dust 2 especially, I don't blame him as much because it felt to me like that B site was just getting abused in so many rounds. So it's like he didn't get the chance to get into the game really on Dust 2. Inferno, like he was on T side a lot of that game, so he didn't really have the chance. I just think it felt like a game where he didn't really get the same chances that he maybe normally would to really get to use his AWP. And I don't think his rifle is that great. So that's kind of a problem.
The fact that on Nuke, it took them 10 rounds to get an AWP in his hands on the CT side is unacceptable. You can't just play the econ game on the CT side of Nuke. You need to just get the guns eventually. And the fact that, and I brought it up in the post game of that map, but the fact that they prepped for this for a week, and then they couldn't even run a proper gun round till 10 rounds in is just, again, that just is a failure in terms of just the way that game played out for them. They need to just settle down with the economy, say, all right, guys, we're going to sack this round, get full guns, and we can run the game plan that we've gone over for 7 days.
That's basically like Alexi B was out there thinking up all these cool strategies for chess, all these cool openings, and then he gets into the game and he's playing like goddamn checkers, and he's like, what the fuck is this?
Exactly.
Come on, guys. I want guns.
Well, that's enough talk about Counter-Strike today. Of course, we've got a little fun segment here at the Blind Spot, and I know that you guys, you created your dream teams the other day on Get to the Point. So now we're going to create an organisation for them. We're going to come together. We're going to brainstorm some ideas for, you know, a logo, a name, the overall sort of identity of the team. I know I was speaking to you about it, Alan. We're going to go for the Mimi approach, 100%, but it's a collective effort, guys. So I believe we've also got a special treat in the form of James Bardov, who's going to paint our idea as well. So you need to make it very specific when we're going into this.
What's up, boy?
There we go. There he is.
Oh my God, there's so much
Talk
stuff
that
here.
Talk that talk.
You've got a lot
Today
of
was a
paints
good
there,
day.
James.
I got lots of paints.
Nice.
Yeah, man. I'm
An
ready.
apron as well. Look
ready.
at that.
I've got a question, James. When was the last time you painted?
I don't know, which is, I'm not a painter. That's for sure.
Okay.
This is going to be bad.
Okay, low expectations.
This
Let's
gonna
lower
be
the bar.
bad.
So try and give him something a little bit easier to do.
Okay.
My instant thought was, do we just call the team Maui's Snakes?
Nah.
Is that, no?
That's you know, you don't have to play. You don't have to play too much.
Do I look like a murderer? Do I look like I'm carving up my ex-girlfriends? With this.
Kind of a la Dexter, maybe.
I feel like
Put the-
if you're wearing an apron, that's the look you should be going for, you know, just generally speaking.
You could be cooking, yeah. Making,
Yeah, like that's what
You're
I
the
would
butcher.
Back to you,
think.
Freya. I'll leave
You're the
you to
leopard
you.
butcher.
How do I?
All right.
What about
Okay.
sexy Maui snakes?
Oh. Okay.
Make some sexy snakes,
Sexy-
maybe
No,
James.
it'd have to be a
Snake.
Could you
poll
do
on
a
the
sexy
logo.
snake?
Is it pulling the logo? If you guys want to do it, I mean, wow.
Jesus Christ. That is Maui's attempt at being sexy,
Sexy
by the way,
French
to everyone at
snake.
home. Oh my
We're
god.
keeping it semi-PG. I know it's the blind spot. We're all drinking, but
What am I supposed to do
I
with
gotta
this?
hold off a little bit, you know?
What's that?
That's
Can
a
we just get?
paint
Where's the
scraper.
Freya cam? What is that?
That looks like a plastic spoon to me, basically.
I mean, that's a sharp spoon. I
I
wouldn't
don't know
want
what I'm
to.
doing with this.
You've got, it's like where you scrape the paint. James, you are so uncultured.
Isn't this like for like stabbing people?
Haven't you watched Bob Ross even once? Come on. Is
All right.
that too lowbrow for you?
God, I don't know what's going on here. This is just like free. This is not even attached to anything. Like, what am I supposed to do with this?
You
What's the
put it
point of the
on-
thumb in here?
It's where you blend
look,
it.
Put it on.
What's the point of that?
You gotta hold it with the little. Oh God, this guy doesn't even know how to hold it. Oh man.
Come on, you got to.
This is
Where's the
painful.
plan? I haven't heard anything here apart from
It's
sexy
sexy
snakes.
Maui snakes.
What, is that
That's
it?
what we're going
Sexy
for.
snakes. Just do
Yeah.
sexy snakes or something.
Okay, we need to do some like colours. We need to think about colour. What's your favourite colour, Maui?
I think maroon would be good. I think
Maroon? Okay,
Yeah,
very specific.
yeah burgundy.
Jesus. Maroon.
Are you asking
good,
me
not
to
maroon.
mix colours?
What colors do you have over there?
You've got a lot of selection, James. Look at this.
What you got?
Okay, I've got black
Why do you have a paint easel, but you have markers?
markers.
Are those markers? I can't tell.
No,
they're
they're
full of
paintbrushes.
paint.
No, they're
Oh, nice.
brushes.
Yeah. Okay.
They're brushes. I have. Oh, it's not black. That's the brand Crawford and Black. Okay. I have orange.
I'm sure you have a red.
I have deep red.
Deep
Yeah,
red.
deep
Yes,
red's fine.
deep red.
Deep
Yeah.
red.
Deep red's pretty sexy.
So okay.
that is a.
We want sexy colours.
That's an
James.
erotic
Sexy
colour.
colours only.
So sexy Maui snake. So like SMS.
Yeah,
we're
that's
going
Yeah,
for.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
I
That's
like how
good.
James is still the one coming up with the idea.
I think
we're meant to be.
We've got to have like a poll, and
There's
we've got to
gotta
have
be
the
a poll in
snakes
it.
going round.
Yes,
the
yes,
wall.
oh, yes,
yeah.
Oh, we've killed it. We've actually killed it. This is going to be great.
Look
Okay.
it up.
I hope we can get like a close up. Oh, there we go. This
So
is it.
what
This
about
is
what
the
about a
angle we
secondary
want.
color? Because we've got the deep red right, but we need some contrast. We need a secondary color.
Like a green, maybe? I don't know. I think about
you could do the
green
snakes
for a
in
snake.
green.
Yeah.
Yeah, what, like just a random
Need
stripe
like
of
a
pole in the middle of a
green Freya.
forest or something?
There's
I don't
more
even
than
know.
one green.
Okay. All right. We need
It's
to.
got to
gotta
be
be-
the bright green.
Bright
100%.
green.
Yeah,
Yeah, of
yeah.
course it is.
Bright green. I mean, do you consent to this, Maui? It's kind of this is your show.
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. That. I mean, it'll be a good contrast.
This
I'll say
one?
that. Yeah.
All
It'll
right.
pop. We need a
Yeah.
little pop. Little
Little bit of
pizzazz.
pop.
Little toxic green.
Look at
Yeah.
this.
Okay.
Painting
Oh, look at that action.
Lovely.
This is the best part of the painting. I'll assure you
We
of
should put
that.
a mic up to that and just get
Yeah.
the sound.
All right.
Sweet ASMR.
Okay. Yeah. Some ASMR.
Am I supposed to have sound in here?
Do we need? do we need like a Do we want to do it like in a circle or something?
Like the
Love
medical caduceus.
That's what I'm
thing.
thinking,
Yeah,
but like that isn't very sexy
that-
at all.
Is that a squiggly?
It's not, but put like
Make it
bikinis
sexy.
on the snakes or something like that. Make it sexy.
You need like an unbuttoned
Make it
shirt,
fierce.
don't you?
Make it fierce.
Bikinis on the snake suggest that there are going to be boobs on the snake, which I don't think is a thing.
We can do anything,
Do
Hawker.
snakes got titties though?
We've been
All right.
given too much power, and this is what we've done with
What
it.
we've done.
All right.
I'm very excited
The
to
first
witness
stroke
this.
is very
I could
important,
I could-
James.
the logo, right? Okay, the logo could be SMS, but the
Yes.
S's are snakes.
A snake.
my
Yes.
God.
Yeah,
This is
little
yes,
difference.
yes.
Yeah.
How about draw the poll first though, and
Yeah,
we can
yeah,
put the
do
letters
the
later.
poll.
The
I
poll's
agree, I
more
agree.
Yeah,
important.
do the poll.
What?
Do
Like
the poll.
the stripper poll first, snake around it, and then SMS however
Okay,
you see
okay.
fit.
Yeah.
All right. Is it
This-
a pointy pole? Is it like a?
No, it's a stripper pole.
You've been
Come
to a
on,
strip
James,
club.
you-
Come
you
on.
know what a strip
You've been to
Yeah,
more strip clubs
don't
than Cal
pretend,
Escobar. Come on,
James.
you know
Don't
that.
pretend.
This first stroke is very important, James. I'm thinking sexy. I need a sexy stroke right here.
It's just a straight pole.
Come on.
You've got to make it sexy.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, James.
Yeah.
It's not even straight, is it?
It's. I was expecting the pole to be in the middle of the canvas
Yeah, me
as well.
too.
To be
Yeah.
honest,
We don't gotta be straight, baby.
We could do a poll for each S.
okay.
That could
Oh,
work.
true. Yeah, you could do multiple polls with multiple sexy snakes.
It could
Oh,
be
this is really
an array
going
of polls.
somewhere.
Freya, I
Yeah.
thought we were friends.
Just-
You're really doing me over here.
James, you're killing it, babe.
Okay.
Look at this.
So we got
You're killing it.
poles, right?
You
Okay.
absolute
Yeah, that's it.
stud.
That's it.
Do you know what? I feel like maybe I need like a brown or something for the snake now. Well, you wanted a maroon
brown.
snake.
Maroon snake, yeah.
Yeah.
Where do I even put the? I could just put it here.
It's going to be really hard to like wrap the snakes around the pole. I've just realized.
He's got
Oh
it.
yeah,
Trust
you should have done the yeah. Well,
Like
you can.
You shut your whore mouth, Hawker.
Oh my god.
That's not very sexy, James.
Hawka, you slut.
Okay, this chair's pissing me off now. Fuck chairs.
I don't know what the Twitch TOS is with these words. I'm just gonna push it to the absolute
gonna
limit, though.
I mean, we're drawing sexy snakes, so
We are drawing
Scoundrel.
Okay.
You
the level
harlot.
of look at this detail.
Oh, James. Work it, baby.
Okay.
This is not friendly canvas.
Poor canvas
my God,
choice.
We'll do a better zoom in like later,
Whoever
surely,
purchased
right?
this.
Like,
Complaining about the
just-
canvas.
Yeah.
This is a
This
man
kid
that
has never-
can't remember the last time he's painted, and he's like,
Exactly.
Will you stop
Oh, look
judging
at that. No, this is
only
great,
a bad
James. James, this is
worksman
great.
blames
This
his
is great.
tools or
Technically
whatever.
speaking, Freya, it wasn't that long ago
No.
in Kensington.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
a few weeks ago, I technically painted, but didn't really paint.
James, more painting, less
I
talking.
fraudulently painted. You guys are asking me the questions. All right.
Okay, we've got to think about what the brand stands for.
That
as
was me
well.
whipping
like,
paint at him,
we've got to
by
think
the way.
about. You were
it-
whipping a snake.
Oh yeah, whipping a snake at him. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to think about what this personifies, right? Like, there's a meaning behind it. It's not just
Do we need
sexy
do we need a
snakes.
slogan for this
Yeah,
team?
let's go for a slogan.
Oh, get it, Alan. You got it.
I like how
It's on
all the
tip of your
guys,
tongue.
all the guys are just thinking about sexy
down,
snakes.
go
All the
on.
guys are trying to add some more meaning to it, and we're just all like,
I
sexy
know.
snakes, sexy snakes.
Sex and
Put
snakes.
the bikini on the snake.
Sexy snakes.
Be like putting the sex in CS or
James,
something.
you're killing it.
Oh no, that's great. That's
Dude,
great.
we've already got the chant for our fans as well when we go to land. They're just all going to chant sexy snakes.
There we go. This is like actually a really great org. I'm very excited. Also, I believe I don't want to put any pressure
That's gonna
on
make
Jacob.
bloody esports mainstream, isn't it? Shouting sexy snakes at a live event.
This will get us over the edge. This will make us prime time, James.
I don't
This'll
want to
get us
put
to the
any
big
pressure on
leagues.
Jacob, but I believe he's also making a jersey for us. He's mocking off a jersey. Yeah,
my
right,
God.
right. So no pressure, Jacob, but
Poggers
we
in the
would really
chat.
like to see that.
What's in the chat?
Poggers in the chat.
Hi, Potter. I'm Potter's number one fan. Hi.
James, you've
Hi,
had one
Christine.
sip of beer.
James is such a boomer, bless him.
I know where you are, Christine. I know you're upstairs.
I love the level of detail though that this is going for, but like a big gap in the middle. Why the gap? Is that where the
M is going.
SMS is going?
Yeah, the M is going.
Is it going to go down?
That's where the cleavage
Down.
goes.
What do you mean down?
SMS is it going to go downwards in between the two snakes?
That's what it looks like. It looks
Yeah.
like you've left room for the M in the middle.
Yeah.
But I don't know how
What,
it's
do
going
you
to work.
guys know how to write words? So what are you even saying?
I'm
Like,
looking
you
for
go
some
left to
calligraphy,
right,
James.
SMS. What do you mean have I left space
I
in the
thought
middle?
you were going to do
Where
this.
else, where else
The
would I put it?
snake.
Is this freaking manga? Am
I
I going to
thought
put
you
it
were
on
going
that
to do
side
the
or something?
snakes first as like the logo,
The
and then
S.
write SMS under
Dude,
it.
the whole thing is the logo.
I'm gonna
Okay.
trust his process here.
Yeah,
Let's trust
sorry,
his process.
sorry.
Let's give him a little
Let him
slack.
work.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you people?
I believe in you, James. I believe.
Jeez.
You pulled this off. I mean, it already looks great.
It was
Like,
bad
it does
enough with
look
the
good.
hypotheticals yesterday with
no.
Monty, man. I was feeling for him, but Jesus, like.
pressure is
have you
on.
ever met a snake? Have you ever held a snake? I feel like of all people, you would be the guy
I-
that gets the boa picture when you're at the zoo.
In central London, there's this guy who just hangs out with this massive snake on his
Yeah.
around his neck
Uh-huh.
in St James's Park. So yes, I have.
That's suspicious,
It is,
potentially.
isn't it? It is, isn't it? It's a weird way to try
Bit
and
weird.
like pick up. I feel like.
It's a pickup artist.
Do you
It's a
want to
pickup
hold my
artist.
snake?
So what colour do we want for the M in the middle? And yes, let's
Green.
go from
Green.
left to right.
We haven't used the green yet.
Yeah,
Let's go
green.
Let's get the
100%
green on there. yeah.
Green,
Yeah.
green.
But
What you doing, green?
So once you've done the M, you've got to make the snake sexy.
Oh wait, what did we say? That's
A bikini. We
put a
wanted a
bikini
bikini
on
on the
it.
snake.
It's a two-dimensional snake.
Okay, James.
Around a pole. I'll try. Okay, I'll try.
You need to try.
You guys are-
You need to
You'll-
try.
Yeah, you'll do
weird,
your
man.
best with
You
it.
You can make
Odd
anything
bods.
sexy if you try hard enough, James.
That is very true.
I believe in
actually,
you.
yeah.
James,
Look at this.
You make Counter-Strike
Oh.
sexy every time we listen
James,
to you.
that's an interesting technique.
I don't know how to do this.
How?
This brush is really hard. It doesn't bend. Look, it's supposed to brush. It's a brush if it doesn't bend. Look. It's solid. It's rocks. Look at that. Okay,
Oh,
Jesus.
that crack. Yeah, that's not
Oh my
okay.
God.
Somebody hasn't
What
washed
kind
that
of
brush
budget
properly.
did you have for these brushes, man? What are they made from? Like, honestly.
Look at this beautiful set, and then you get that brush.
If
I
a
mean,
brush
it's
doesn't
absolute
brush,
shame.
like, is it even a brush or is it just a stick?
this grill.
That sounded really like
Deep.
philosophical.
Deep shit. Look at this is great. Okay, this is
Yes,
great.
yes,
Here we go.
yes. It's coming together.
I like this top.
It's looking good.
It's actually.
I love this.
We're getting it.
Green, what you doing, Green?
Give the people what they want, James, and
Okay.
this is what they want.
Should we
This
add
is
some
what the
serifs, like
people
evil
want.
geniuses, like, boom!
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
yes,
Serifs,
look at
yes.
that.
Go,
Let's go.
baby.
Times New
Let's
James.
go. Let's just do that one. Oh crap! All right.
It kind of looks like a music note, but we'll
That'll
go with
do.
it.
Yeah, that's
It does.
But then we,
Music
you know,
is
we
sexy.
could have it. Yeah,
The music
right?
is
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Okay, how are you going to draw the bikinis, James? You might need a smaller brush.
just use the edge of it.
It's got to be
It's got to be hot pink.
It's gotta be
It
hot
has
pink.
to be.
Right.
It's got to be hot.
A smaller brush. Why can't we? Why can't we be obese snakes?
Obese
they can
snakes.
be.
It can be. It can
Yeah,
be whatever
we're
you
not
want,
shaming.
James. We've been through this. We trust in your
Okay.
vision. We
Yeah.
trust in the process.
Why does it always come out like a swirly poo? You know,
It's
like it was done by a
You're
dog
using-
or like a big badger or something.
You know.
Even you
At least
can't
it
make
comes-
swirly poo sexy. I'm sorry.
I mean, different strokes for different folks. Am I right?
All right. What do you think? How's that for a?
Oh, yeah.
Can
We
we
can
just
get
check
some
the
detail on that.
Look, can you
it
just?
solid?
Can we do a?
Can I make it crunch in front of the mic? I don't know whether anybody had that, but
Well,
it's
fix
very
it, very
crunchy.
fix it, man. These are dry. Like
Somebody hasn't washed them
I
properly.
just don't understand.
Disappointment.
Stop whispering in my
Harry,
ear.
stop this.
Don't keep them
Please no. Please no.
I'm not playing Counter Strike with you for
How has it
24
turned
hours
to
to keep
this?
this up.
It's sexy. It's all of a sudden it became sexy.
Oh, yeah, let's get
Okay.
this. Let's get the zoom in. Yeah.
Wait. I need to think about this.
Oh, yeah.
Where do you even put a bikini on a snake anyway?
Anywhere.
Use that big
That's
brain.
a great
Literally
question.
anywhere.
All right.
One that we don't have to know the answer for. You
Oh.
have to figure that out.
Triangle bottoms, yes.
Yeah.
A classic.
Well, does it have to be a two-piece?
Yeah,
How do we know that more is required?
Okay, I mean, it could be a guy snake and a girl snake.
Ah.
That could be extra sexy.
Okay.
So you've got your speedos.
Yeah, we're all inclusive here.
Yeah.
Sexiness
Yeah.
for everyone.
Yes, for sure, for sure.
Okay. All right. This is so weird, man.
It's actually coming together. That's good. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And no, this one had fuck, I don't know.
Just give it a Speedo bottom,
Yeah, give it a
you know?
Speedo.
Just give it,
Yeah,
either,
yeah.
But
either
there's like, I
shorts or
can
a
see the
Speedo.
wet paint. I've got concerns about the masterpiece. Okay.
Okay, it is your
Okay.
work, all right. I accept
Do you want
that.
to make it purple? No.
Yeah.
No, that's great. That's
good,
great.
that's good.
Excellent.
Look at that.
The censorship is
Just
perfect.
a blotch there. Try and give it some. Okay. there we
Okay.
go.
Some junk, yeah, give it some junk.
It's more like a nappy than a bikini, but I mean, we do what we can here, right?
Ultimate challenge, James. I think we need the team name on it as well.
Yeah,
Unless
yeah.
you guys want to leave it, I'm totally open to that. But
No,
do you
this
think
is-
you're capable of writing sexy Maui snakes?
Is it sexy Maui? I guess it is sexy
I
Maui.
was gonna
Yeah,
put
it's
some
nice.
border or something, but this is gonna be. Okay, this is gonna suck.
I mean, if you want to leave the masterpiece alone, I'm not dictating the
No, look,
masterpiece.
you can't give me the social pressure and be like, well, you don't have to. It's like, well, I do this.
James, it's your work at the end of the day, and
Yeah.
whatever you think is
Fred's a
necessary.
monster behind the scenes, honestly.
Yeah, I'm
guys.
sorry.
She's like the nicest person, but behind the scenes, oh my god.
We made the Mean Christine skit,
Dragon.
but little do they know.
It's
That was just
actually mean
that was
Freya.
just like a red herring to throw people off. Freya.
The Freya
It's
trail.
actually the mean
Oh,
one.
look at this! You're going right for it.
I love how James is just smashing these brand new brushes into this canvas. They're just he's
Look at this
brute
paint
forcing it.
distribution.
Where's he gonna
as
write
well.
snakes?
Oh,
Sexy Maui's.
oh,
What?
It's good. No, it's good. You're doing great.
Why are you making weird
wow.
noises?
You're doing great.
You're doing excellent work. It's
That's just my noise I make when I find something sexy.
that's
Oh
Hawker in
my
the bedroom
days.
for you.
How did it get to this?
You're gonna be on
Oh,
HLTV.
dear.
We're just
You're gonna
watching
have a
some
HLTV
Why
campus
has he
thread.
gone and done that?
My god, these youngsters
I
these days, man.
respect that you're going over it as well. Make it really clear for the viewers.
Thank you. Thank you, James.
That was always the plan, yeah?
Well, hopefully I'll be able to get a bit of an update if we do have the jersey. I mean, if we don't, I'm sure
Oh, is he doing it live?
we will have it in a couple of minutes. I've heard confirmation.
what?
We're going to have the jersey version
possible?
of this. I know. Props to Jacob, man. Look at this. I also love how we've got like some like I don't even know what this type of music is, but it feels like Spanish
I
music.
like how that's a backwards 2.
It really is. It's not an S. It's not an S.
This is italics for the.
I was in a blizzard when I.
Sexy Maui
That's why
snake.
there's like leaning to the right.
James, tell us more about the snakes in London. The variety of snakes you've held.
Not too many, to be honest. You know.
Just that one in the park.
Yeah.
What color was it?
Yellow.
Yellow.
Like a yellowy.
You know, those are poisonous.
That's fine.
No, that's fine.
Yeah,
okay.
everybody
Just
knows.
A man of danger.
Just walk it off, man.
Okay, has anybody watched
from
Peep
Africa,
Show
just
here?
walk it off.
Anybody watched Peep Show?
Yes.
Red next to yellow, cuddly fella. Red next to
Yes.
black, jump the fuck back. So now our snakes are fine. Because according to Super Hands.
Well,
yeah.
red next to black.
Top lad.
The pole is black.
Shit.
Oh.
I know, right?
This is a coral snake reference, right?
I wanted it to be a venomous snake. You don't want it to be like a softie, like, you know. It's got to be in there to just like mess people up if you get too close. Otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
Are
Venom
you-
makes it sexy. With a fear of death makes things a little hotter.
Oh, I
I'm
was
not
going to make
gonna
little
lie.
tongues. I was going to make little tongues.
We're not going to kink shame here. No, even.
Getting some insight into what Maui likes.
I like when the gun is on my head. Just, god damn.
Well, like the Roman helmet, Maui.
A helmet?
The Roman helmet.
A Roman helmet. What is that?
I don't think I want to know
You'll
what
have
that
to look
means.
up an urban dictionary.
So we can't say it on broadcast? Why not?
Is it similar to like a Prince Albert or something?
What's a...
No.
I don't know.
How has it gone this
Just what is your
way?
timeline on the internet? Hawker?
Roll
Like,
it back,
honestly,
guys.
I just don't understand. Is it like a Prince Albert? You piercing the head of your penis?
Did
No.
you hear what the words you just said were?
Can you...
They sounded very questionable.
James, can you just do one last thing to make this complete? Just put a heart around the logo. Just put a heart. We just need that.
That's
It's
it.
gonna be the widest heart ever. It's gonna be like a steroid.
Okay, put little hearts there.
Enlarged heart.
It'll be like the
Little
heart
hearts.
in
See,
the
look,
Flashpoint
she's-
hype trailer. That
Freya-
big one that's in Flush's
Freya's got
body.
some taste. What colour though?
Which did synchronize well with the music.
Red.
Gotta do
I
red. I mean, or
admit.
pink. Keep in with the theme. You know, we might not have that much money to print multiple colours of this. You got to think about that, right?
We're a small startup org, you
Yeah.
know. We're
feel
going to
like-
get there eventually. One day we'll win a major.
Okay, I
I
think
still don't understand what this thing is for.
it's for
What is it for, Freya?
it's for scraping your paint.
It's
You
for,
know, when
it's
you
for
want to
scraping
like.
and creating like lines
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
drawing.
like
It's
blending and shit.
Like if you watch Bob Ross, you'll get
Watch
it.
some Bob Ross, James.
Yeah, but this ain't Bob Ross.
I thought you would have researched before coming into this, but clearly not. I
told about
believe.
this 2 hours ago.
I believe whilst James puts those finishing touches
too
onto
big.
our logo, I believe we can bring up the jersey.
What
I
will
think
it
it's
was?
been
Let's do it.
Here we
finished.
go.
It's been finalized. Look at this.
Oh my god.
Nice. With
That's
the pink
impressive.
as well, the hot
Maui
pink.
snakes,
I
sexy
love it.
Maui snakes. Dude, this is awesome.
This is great.
Could I get one?
We should make these. We should sell
Can-
these.
yeah,
They
can-
would sell like hotcakes.
Could I get one? I'll stream and I'll put hashtag Pinnacle on every stream or something, you know?
Oh, and as James puts the finishing touches.
Oh, that's great. That's cute.
Aww.
I don't want to make another one because I feel like this one's better than I expected.
Yeah, no, that's great. Leave it.
So
Can't live up to the first heart. You've peaked.
yeah,
Stop now.
Is that your finished product, James?
I
Are you
hope so.
content?
I'm. Well,
Would you-
hold on.
Would you give this to your mother, James?
You should see the drawing I did of her when I was a kid, which is actually on Twitter. So this isn't even worse than that. So
not.
it wouldn't matter.
Wow.
She'd be like, "You've improved." I'd be like, "Yeah, it's just about."
He's getting better, just
Yeah.
like MIBR.
Yes.
Well, thank
getting
you,
better.
James. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm sorry that we put you through that torture, but I'm very impressed. I
I'm
hope you
capable of
guys
anything.
are.
I think-
I think that's what we've learned today.
I think to
Yeah.
improve this segment, you have to drink the whole beer before you start.
I don't do things like that.
Okay, well,
No.
then
Not giving
He's a
into peer
serious
pressure.
artist, Maui. Come on.
he takes the craft seriously. I respect
Come
that
on,
too.
man.
I respect it.
Awesome.
You got to focus on your craft. I'm sure we'll get you up there, Maui, as well. We have multiple easels.
like beer,
so, yeah, we've got some
Live
great
lap
stuff
dance
coming.
from Maui. Tomorrow on Blind Spot.
Well, we do have some more Counter-Strike coming up tomorrow as well. I believe you can bring up our schedule for tomorrow because we've got Mad Lions versus Envy, then it's going to be Dig versus OG. Of course, these are our losers bracket matchups, so loser of these will be eliminated from the tournament. Some interesting games to be kicking off the proceedings here, Alan.
To an extent, yeah. I'm on that Envy game. Disappointingly, I've done every Envy game this team has ever played. I've been on the desk.
Meet you the expert.
Oh yeah. Well, you couldn't really get much worse than the first series, to be honest. as
Well,
long
do
as
you think there's
as long as
chance
you
for
actually
upset?
joined the server and played the game, you would have been better than that first series. But they have looked better in every game, actually, progressively. And especially in that big game, they look really good, actually, compared to what we would have expected.
Yeah.
But I don't know. At this point, I must actually be a world expert on Envy, which
Yeah, that's why they keep
I'm not
getting
sure
you
if
up
that's a
for
good
it.
thing or a bad thing at this point. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
With how Hastro does signings for that team, they probably will sign you at this point. I think that's the bare minimum to get a 3-year contract for that team. So, I mean, just send your application. I'm sure he'll respond.
Well, and of course, we've got to give a quick shout out to our wonderful sponsors and partners at Pinnacle. Thank you so much for joining us for this. Of course, head on over to pinnacle.com to check out the latest odds for all of our matches here at Flashpoint 2 as well. And of course, we're going to be doing that forfeit on Sunday as well, which is going to be very scary. I am fucking terrified because, of course, I'm at the bottom. Stop that,
Excuse
James.
me.
That's my task. That's my task.
Live shotting here at Flashpoint.
And of course, we're doing the knife giveaways as well with
nice.
Pinnacle.
What have you got?
Yeah.
I think it was a paracord.
You chose them, James.
It was a paracord knife, actually.
I'm a busy man.
Vanilla paracord.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's a good
You
choice.
let me borrow
It is.
your paracord knife. Yeah,
I did open one recently, which Freya's got.
Yeah,
so
it's a fantastic knife.
it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's good.
Well, thank you, gentlemen, so much for joining me. Of course, that bell does mean it's our last orders here at the Blind Spot. I hope you have enjoyed whatever the fuck this was to round off the day. Thank you so much, guys, for all your ideas.
I love
for the
lamb.
sexy Maui snakes. Hopefully, we'll be able to make a jersey of that in the future, and you'll be able to purchase it yourself as well. Of course, join us back here at the same time, same place tomorrow for more CSGO action, and of course, the Blind Spot later on in the evening. Thank you all, guys, so much for tuning in.
James, you need an orange afro next time. You need to grow the hair out, dye it orange, a la Bob Ross. You know?
de vida. Nice, caralho! Nice!
Kill for hire, soldier of fortune. Gotta walk through fire for what's important. And the warrior's blood through your veins is coursing. Kill for hire, soldier of fortune. The whole world's watching every move. Take your shot, don't act a fool. Oh,